Hi guys, George here from Zero Period Productions, and today on Skyrim Saturday Mods, we're taking a look at Auri, Song of the Green, a Bosmer follower and quest mod by Waribki. This is a mod centered around Wood Elf cultures and traditions, introducing us to these themes through its titular character, Auri, a traditionalist Wood Elven archer. This is a fully fleshed out follower mod, meaning that she's fully voiced, has all the regular follower interactions that you might expect from a vanilla follower, and will even offer commentary on your surroundings and the different actions that you take. On top of this, she has her own approval system, has scenes with several vanilla NPCs, such as Mandol and Serana, and a patch so that she can interact with both Lucian and Inigo. Her appearance is based on Bosmer as they appear in the Elder Scrolls Online, as well as other Elder Scrolls lore, making her stand out a little bit from other Bosmer in the game. If anything, Skyrim's depiction of Bosmer is the most drastically different from previous games and established lore. Auri comes with her own mini-quest called Song of the Green, and upon completing it, you'll gain access to a possible romance arc. That being said, Auri is fairly independent and kind of opinionated, so you'll have to make the right conversation choices in order to be able to woo her. This mod is available for Skyrim Legendary and Skyrim Special Edition on PC, and requires the 3 main DLCs for the game. To find Auri and embark on this adventure, you'll need to find her at her home in Falkreath Hold. Oh, that fox is trying to get away. He's not doing a great job. You having some trouble there? Oh, you're not going anywhere. Anybody home? Oh, you're sleeping. I'm sorry. We're gonna be off to a bad start. We're off on the wrong foot already.
It's quite beautiful here, isn't it?
I suppose it is.
Where I come from, the trees grow tall and wide, and each one has a spirit of their own. Here, the trees are all stunted and seem to have no souls at all. The autumn colors are the same, though.
Where are you from?
Valenwood, all the way to the south. What about you? Are you from here?
Oh, wow. Okay, you can say each and every province came from Valenwood as well, came from High Rock, Elsewhere, from Hammerfell, from Cyrodiil, yes, born and raised, Morrowind, Blackmarsh, Somerset Isle. Born and raised.
I see. Do you know Skyrim very well?
Well, if you ask my viewers, they're gonna say no. Like the back of my hand.
Is that so? I don't suppose you're in need of a traveling companion, are you? I could use someone to show me around this cold, unfamiliar place. I'm a very good archer too, so I could watch your back in return. What do you say?
Why not? I could use a traveling companion.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, already get a summon Auri spell. What book is that right there?
Yes?
I just want to look. Oh, I can't interact with it, but it's the book from the Vermina Daedra quest. Lovely home you have here.
You're so noisy in that armor. I realize it protects you and all, but could you try not to attract every bandit in Skyrim?
They're drawn to me, what can I say?
Yes?
Oh, I've been thinking about Norelian and the White Phial. Oh, she's not following me right now. Okay, follow me.
I'm right behind you. How can I help?
Can you stop singing? Oh yeah, we have a lot of conversation topics with her. We can really get into it with her. Bosmer culture, stop singing. Thieves Guild, her scene, what's on your mind about the Bard's College, Norelian and the White Phial, the Dark Brotherhood. We might piss her off with some of these, but what do you think about the Dark Brotherhood?
Okay.
Do you think I'm a bad person for joining the Dark Brotherhood?
Well, not necessarily. When someone is killed with a dagger, do you blame the dagger or the person wielding it?
Oh.
You are the dagger. It's not the most honorable path you could have chosen, but you are only doing what you've been hired to do. The real killer is the one who pays you.
But I didn't have to take the job. I didn't have to become a member of the Dark Brotherhood either. But without me, the killer might not have the means to do it.
Maybe. Or maybe they would simply find someone else willing to do it for them. You're simply providing a paid service.
To be fair, I don't know why I'm arguing. with her, because she's defending me right now.
That's very good, my murderous companion.
Okay, and I'm already getting called out over here.
Yes?
I'm already getting called out a little bit. I want to hear what she has to say about Hircine.
What about him?
Do you worship Hircine?
No, I don't. I have respect for him as the Lord of the Hunt, but Ifri teaches that the Bosmer form is sacred. Changing our form is forbidden, except in the case of the Wild Hunt being called. A Bosmer who changes into a werewolf or similar is condemned to return to the formless ooze we were created from, breaking her connection with Ifri. However, there are cults of Hircine worshippers all around Valenwood, and Hircine, like Ifri, talks about the Wild Hunt. Perhaps they are, in some ways, two sides of the same coin. Hircine's cult are what we would be without Ifri's guidance.
What is the Wild Hunt?
Well, it's difficult to explain. The Wild Hunt is a weapon of sorts, one used only in the most dire of circumstances. As I mentioned before, we were once formless, chaotic, shape-shifting beings. Ifri gifted us our sacred Bosmer form, saving us from that chaos. The Wild Hunt allows us to return to that chaos, becoming unstoppable shape-shifting god creatures. Unfortunately, it also cuts us off from Ifri completely, and those who change their forms for the Wild Hunt end up tearing themselves to pieces.
A lot of rules you guys have.
Once the battle is over. It's really not something that happens often. As far as I know, it's only happened 3 times in all of history.
Introducing The Elder Scrolls 6, The Wild Hunt. That sounds amazing.
I suppose it does. But don't expect to see me turning into a liquid monstrosity. I'm happy just the way I am.
Alright, fine. No liquid monstrosity.
How can I help?
Maybe next time, okay? We'll also go through all the conversation topics with her. I don't necessarily just want to stand here and talk to her about everything else for just half an hour. What's on your mind?
The Stormcloaks? Really, friend? I think you need to rethink your life decisions.
Hey, I just downloaded this this save file. I didn't realize it was gonna be Stormcloak until I went to Whiterun and I was like, what are all these blue armored people doing around here? Look at this height difference. Like I could just pick you up, frankly. But it's accurate. In other games, Bosmer were meant to be the shortest race. I'd like to ask about Bosmer culture.
Go ahead.
Is it true that you eat your enemies?
It is. It's called the Meat Mandate, and it's part of the Green Pact. It dictates that a fallen enemy must be eaten within 3 days of a battle. I will try my best to answer.
I like how she just kind of ends it there. It's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's just the end of that. What's the Green Pact?
It's the agreement my people made with Ifri. In return for her protection and blessing, we swore to never eat or harm any plant life or vegetation. Ask away.
I wish we could keep going with the conversation, rather than having to go back into that dialogue option every time. It's a minor thing, but, you know, just slight thing that I noticed. There's a Bosmer in Riverwood who makes a living chopping wood. Is he a heretic?
Technically he's not. The Green Pact only applies to plants in Valenwood, and so chopping wood in Skyrim is not a crime. That's not to say it's not absolutely disgusting, however. Faendal ought to be ashamed of himself. How does he sleep at night?
On a wooden bed, most likely.
Go ahead.
Do you really eat all of your enemies?
With the amount of murdering you and I do on a daily basis, it gets difficult to honor that particular part of the mandate.
We haven't killed anyone yet.
But I make an effort to devour at least a part of every foe I slay, even if it's just the heart or the liver. I can only pray that pleases Ifri. I will try my best to answer.
It's just, I love how casual she is about it. It's like, at least the heart or the liver, because that'll make her happy. If you can't use wood, how do you build your houses?
We don't. Our homes aren't as much built as they groan. The spinners sing to the trees, who coil their bark and leaves into cozy little pods. This is Ifre's gift to us. Go ahead.
Tell me more about Ifre.
Ifre the storyteller, the god of song, the forest and the now. She taught the birds to sing and gave the rivers their tinkling ethereal tune. There is a story about Ifre that my mother told me when I was very young. When we're somewhere safe, perhaps I could tell it to you.
Is your house not safe?
I will try my best to answer.
I sure hope your house counts as safe. If the Green Pact only applies to Valenwood, why are you following it in Skyrim?
Right. So in your opinion, I should just abandon everything I believe in on a technicality?
Well, you know, maybe not that
Oh,
extreme.
sure. Let me just gorge myself on plant matter, just because I'm technically allowed to. Never mind the fact that it would probably make me sick.
Eat your vegetables, Auri.
Excellent plan. I'll get right to it.
I was just asking a simple question. No need to get angry.
Sorry. Maybe I overreacted a little. It's just that the idea of eating plants disgusts me, and I really don't want to think about it.
She's like the anti-vegan, you know? Oh, here we go. Here's the conversation. What's wrong? You look a little down.
I don't know. I suppose I'm feeling a little homesick. Don't get me wrong. Skyrim is really beautiful in its own way. But it's not Valenwood.
Have you thought of returning home someday?
I can't go home.
Why not?
I'd rather not get into that right now. Maybe I'll explain some other time.
Is there anything I can do to make you feel better?
Thank you for asking, but I don't know. I just really miss the lushness of the forest, the secret rivers and the sun through the leaves.
Oh, I feel like that cut out very quickly. I feel like we missed a line of dialogue there. Okay. Take Auri to Moss Mother Cavern. Perhaps taking her to the most beautiful places in Skyrim might relieve her longing. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm in the ground. I am in the stairs. Okay, I made it out. Auri? Is she stuck in there? Okay, she popped right out too. Oh, okay, not too bad. Oh, what were you gonna say? Nope, just clearing your throat? Okay. In that case, off we go to Moss Mother Cavern. Now, she does have her own mount, so if I mount up,
Hello?
there she goes. Hop on, Auri. Hop on. Hop. Look how tiny she is. Oh, compared to it.
How does it feel to be the chief of a tribe of Reeklings?
One thing I noticed is that her hair is very, very, very transparent. Which I think it seems to be just more outdoors, and I think it's largely because of my ENB, if I had to guess.
Fun. Sun Queen isn't too bad, as far as Daedric princes go anyway. And I think you deserved a break.
I love the unique mount. I really, really do. I think it's fantastic. It really sells her as a Bosmer character much, much more. The hair, that's not the best, but...
You made it out!
What?
I was in the process of drafting up a rescue plan, but it seems you didn't need it. It's good to see you safe.
It's funny, because she's just commenting on every single quest I've done now, because I've already completed everything on this character. Okay, it looks like her hair might still be a little transparent, even... Yeah, even with my EMB off, her hair is still semi-transparent. It's actually one of the reasons I don't use a lot of hair mods, is just because I know that hair can just be iffy sometimes. Hair in Skyrim, hair mods can just be really strange with how it interacts with lighting and different mods and everything. That, and maybe it's just me. I feel like it's so hard to really find hair mods that look like they fit into the game, that look like they really belong or match the style of vanilla hair. Ori, are you gonna be mad if we kill this Spriggan? I haven't seen anything on her approval system yet. If there's like an indicator or anything for it, then I have not seen it yet.
So, you're a Thane now then. Does that mean I have to address you as my lord? I'm not sure I could keep a straight face.
I'm like 9 Thanes in one, for the record. I think I'm also still on ad from last week when we were doing Grand Paladin, so let me very quickly bump that back up. It's probably not even going to make that much of a difference. I'm probably still just going to blast through a lot of enemies, but I don't think this is necessarily a very combat-focused mod either. Oh, wow, yep. She's doing alright on her own. She's very much doing alright on her own. Jesus, Ori. She does have her own arrows in the form of bone arrows.
I prefer not to kill Spriggan, but they seldom leave me any choice. They're as vigilant about protecting their home as I am, and I respect that.
Yeah, exactly. It's self-defense, okay? I understand it. No one's gonna be mad at you.
At your service.
Would you like to talk about Valenwood now?
This place, it reminds me of my home within one of the great grottos. The light would slip through the cracks between the branches, like here. We used to lie on a bed of moss and watch the starlight, my young sister and I.
Tell me more about your sister.
I'm not ready to do that yet.
Alright, well next up, Eldergleam Sanctuary.
Later, then.
Yeah, you know, in a couple minutes.
Congratulations on getting your official title as bard, my friend.
It's so funny because she's just complimenting me on everything. Ignore the train in the background. Well, I missed my train, I guess. That's what they're telling me right now. But just everything that I've ever accomplished in game now, she's just acknowledging, and it's just kind of funny because it's all kind of like back to back to back to back.
So the person who killed the old guildmaster is trying to destroy the rest of the guild as well. But why? What could she possibly gain from that?
No. She's innocent. We finished that already. Already became an agent of Nocturnal. We already killed Mercer Frey. No. Don't you blame Carlia in this. Don't you dare. Carlia's a sweetheart. How about, now we talk about your sister now that we've, walked a little bit. It's been a few minutes.
It had been a dry summer. Most prey had moved north, and my sister and I had been hunting a royal stag for a few days to feed our family. We spent the night in a tree just like this, coiled safely in her branches. So we thought.
What happened?
Let's talk about something else.
I like to think that she kind of sees through all this. I like to
Okay.
think that she knows that I'm just trying to butter her up. It's like, well, now that we've changed locations, are you okay to talk about this? And she's almost like, okay, you know what? He took me somewhere new. I'll give him a little bit. I'll give him a smidgen of information. But then he's got to take me somewhere else. I want to see Skyrim. I want to
My
see
name's
Skyrim in the
Auri.
safety of...
It's nice to meet you.
See Skyrim in the safety of the Dragonborn's company. It's nice to meet you too, Ori. Uh-oh.
Go again.
I didn't think the vampires were gonna respawn here. I didn't think they would come back. I was not expecting that. Okay, yeah. So even with my difficulty raised, I'm still just carving through with some of the enemies. Okay, Gargoyle Brute's a little stronger. I'm sorry, Auri, I'm helping. I'm trying at least. I'm surrounded.
Help me.
Is that it? Help me. Well, okay. She's getting beat up a little bit. You guys are not playing fair. You guys are absolutely
I'll eat your heart.
just ganging up on her a little bit. Oh, almost died. Almost dead. Oh, I hit Ori with that, didn't I? I might have. It was hard to tell. Okay, I'm getting pushed so much. Like, enemies are just pushing me in every possible direction. You're okay, Ori, you're okay. Did I hit you with my shout? It was really hard to tell. Ori? Ori! Ori, speak to me! Okay, well, we can just heal her at least. I hope that'll do it. Oh, there we go, there we go. Whoa, yeah, her health. She has a lot of health and just was not regenerating at all. Ori, you're glowing. You're beautiful. I didn't expect the vampires to still be here. I also guess I've never come back to the Ancestor Glade after doing the Dawnguard DLC.
With these blocky teeth. So I filed mine down to be sharp, like a predator's.
Okay, I did notice that you have very, very sharp teeth. Like, yeah, you almost have like fangs.
Gotcha.
Let's get closer to the marker before we ask you about your sister. Maybe you're just very particular. Maybe you need to be all the way in to the Ancestor Glade in order to open up for another 2 seconds.
Good work. Here I am.
So what happened on the hunting trip with your sister?
My sister was, as I mentioned, very young. She wasn't very experienced and hadn't left the village before. And so, when we were swarmed by Horror in the night, she panicked.
Did you save her?
Yes, I did manage to save her, but at a great cost.
I like how that time,
Okay.
she doesn't even say, I don't want to say more. Oh, Ori! Ori. You okay? Was she poisoned or something? Okay. As long as she's fine now, as long as she's okay now, I guess it's fine. But oh, she was wounded by the thought of her sister being in pain. She was wounded by the memory. I'm gonna go with that.
Here I am.
How did you save your sister that night?
I fought the Horror with all my might, but there were too many of them. I shot 3 with my arrows, and 4 more would dig their razor-like claws into my sister's chest. There was blood everywhere, and I couldn't bear the thought of losing her.
Okay, we're literally getting like a sentence or 2 at a time, and then she's like, alright, time to go. But now she's not even saying, I don't want to talk about it more. She's just ending the conversation. Oh. I wonder if this quest would be different if I had told her that I wasn't familiar with Skyrim, because it was my idea to take her to the different nice locations, the beautiful locations in Skyrim. If I had said that I was still exploring, would I have gotten these places immediately, or would the quest have been like, oh, you gotta figure out where to go? Shadow Green Cavern. We're just going all over. We're going everywhere.
You're so noisy in that armor. I realize it protects you and all, but could you try not to attract every bandit in Skyrim?
What did you do, Ori?
I took a piece of burning bone from our fireplace, and I swung at the Horror with it. They scattered, screeching. But as I swung, I lost my grip on the torch, and it fell into the dry leaves below. It took the tree thanes 2 days to get the fire under control. Hundreds of trees burned, and I heard their screaming within my mind every time I closed my eyes. I fled, and I didn't look back.
Oh, and now I'm the follower. I mean, it's not her fault, though. It's not like she intended to break the Green Pact. It's not like she meant any harm. She was trying to save herself and trying to save her sister. It also explains why she was so defensive before when I said, oh, you don't need to follow the Green Pact here, now that you're not in Valenwood anymore. One thing I will say about her quest is I can see how maybe her quest was meant to be done over the course of a playthrough rather than just popping from place to place to place. But at the same time, if you're meant to do it over time, I feel like it would be very easy to forget part of the conversation, part of her story, because of the fact that it just ends so abruptly when you leave one location and picks up so quickly when you go to another. So I'm trying to think of what would be the best way to do it. Honestly, I think doing it the way I am, where you're going from location to location to location, back to back to back, is probably the best way of doing it. Uh-oh. It's fine. Imagine if that had hit her. I like how she just casually just walks past it. Just rocks, whatever. Who cares, right?
Yes?
Oh, no, you're done singing. You can put your hands down now. It's okay. Auri.
That's why I came to Skyrim. That's why I cannot return. Because although I miss my beautiful home, my kin, my family, dearly, there's nothing left for me there but regret. I broke the pact. I betrayed Ephraim. And so I'm condemned to fade into the darkness once I die. My name will be forgotten, erased, and my song will be forever silent.
Can you stop singing? And she's like, really? Now? Of all times? And I'm like, well, you know, I'm very insensitive.
Okay.
You can put your arms down now. No, it's okay. You don't have to praise anymore. But put them down. She's just gonna stay like that. Well, if she starts following me again... Yeah, okay. That fixed it. That's fine. That's a very depressing end. Like, that's a very, very upsetting end to her quest.
You, Point me at them, and I'll teach them to disrespect you. With my fangs.
Oh. Okay, I think Let's Chat leads into the romance quest. Let's go back to your house.
Ephraim's blessings.
I feel like staying here would make it a little too depressing, so let's go home.